Guys, you know I only trust Barbell Apparel for my clothing. And this is the perfect time for you to get some of your own with their Memorial Day sale going on from May 23rd to June 6th. Their athletic fit jeans and chinos fit my body like no other brand because they are made by athletes for athletes. And for a limited time, you can get any pair of pants for just $99. Barbell's apparel is stylish and functional. The comfort and fit of their gear is unmatched. At Barbell Apparel, satisfaction guarantee isn't just talk. It is a promise. These guys live what they preach and they want you to do hard things in your gear. If you break it, they'll replace it. Not only that, but if you gain or lose weight while chasing your fitness goals, they will swap you out for another size. No one else is going to do that. Barbell's mission is to help you power your fitness goals and to break boundaries. If any issues arise, they have got you covered with repairs or replacements with their unconditional lifetime guarantee. That's why I trust Barbell Apparel for everything I wear. Take advantage of this deal and go to barbellapparel.com or just click on the link below. Tyson Fury goes down to Usyk. Now, there's a number of times when you don't want to judge somebody and you don't want your own words to be judged. But right after a sporting event, particularly combat, is one of them. Good or bad, right? Oh, I feel amazing. I want George St. Pierre next. It's like, no, I don't. Please don't give me him. Forget that I said that. Right? I mean, you've seen those call-outs. But guys can also get jammed up for excuse making, right? You remember one of the great ones? It was Mike Tyson. What did he say? He broke his back. His back was broken. It was spinal. But you remember that? It's still like a meme that goes around. And I'm only sharing that. I will not support and pile on something that somebody says right afterwards. I understand. Man, give them a day. Give them a minute. Give them some breathing room. Okay. However, I don't have a day. A hot story right now is Tyson Fury Usyk. And what Tyson Fury said right after is all the words we have to go on. So the best I can do for the Joker, for the Gypsy King rather, is preface it with, he said it right after the fight. One thing, and I brought you guys this first, I brought you this over a month ago, is I told you, if you're handicapping and betting, if your bet is a decision, let me stop you right there. You do not now need to tell me who won the decision. I told you guys this over a month ago, it's 31 days to be exact, when I went and looked it up. When a guy represents a country who is at war and viewed by many to be the victim of the war, there is not a boxing council out there that's going to go against that guy. This is all that I shared with you, and I left it at that. I knew that was a sensitive topic. I didn't want this whole big thing, but I did share with you. If you're betting and your prediction is a decision, stop. We do not now need to know unanimous, we don't need to know split, and we don't need to know anything to do with Tyson. If you believe as a bettor it's going to go the distance, I get it. I get that I'm being redundant, but I said these exact words. And I said them because how could I possibly give Tyson a hard time when he came out and said them? And a lot of people were very bothered. And a lot of people were very bothered when I said them. But I also knew it to be true. Or at least I believed it to be true. And Tyson said this right after his fight with Usyk. He said the same thing that I said. His country is war. People are going to side with him. I thought I won the fight. I thought I won the fight as sportsmanship. Like, you're not going to get any nicer than that, right? I thought I won the fight. Didn't call for robbery. Didn't call for an injustice. Didn't call his opponent any names. Said it was a great fight. I mean, he furthered the thought. Said, man, he won a bunch of rounds, but I won a bunch as well, and I thought that I won more. He was hitting me, but boy, I was hitting him as well. Like, I appreciate those things. That's what I saw. And when you come down to a decision, and there was a little bit of a mix-up here for me, at least. Round number 10, I'm told, and this was in print everywhere, that Fury went down. Now, I can't confirm that for you. I watched what I was told was round number 10, and Fury did not go down. He was on ice skates, and he was stumbling, and he was getting crushed, and it might have been a 10-8 round even with him staying on his feet, but he didn't go down. And I was told that he did. Now, please, I don't need a correction from you in the comment section. Telling a story about myself here. I was in France. Now, there's something called a VPN. I use a VPN. One thing I don't know is how to change your location. And my life would be so much better if I did. Anderson Silva had a show that came out on Prime, but you could only watch it in Australia. If I could have changed my VPN and I was part of that show, I would have really liked to have seen it. I never got to see it. I didn't even tell you guys about it because there was no point in you knowing about it because you can't see it unless you know how to rig your VPN. My point being, in this particular case, I was in France. They wouldn't show the fight in France. So I didn't get to see Fury versus Usyk. I got to read along, and then I got clips and captions on social media right after it happened. The round that I saw, that they labeled 10, and perhaps they were wrong. The round that I saw that they labeled 10, I did not see Fury go down. And I tell you that because if I were to judge that fight, I would have given it to Fury by a round. Now, if Fury went down, that would cross out my argument and that would make my scorecards a draw. I'm sharing this because Fury asked for a rematch. He said there's a clause in the contract to have a rematch. And that would certainly work. Now, a clause in the contract to have a rematch isn't worth a damn thing if it can't cover the spread. There's no promoter in the world that is going to write you a check because it's the right thing to do for our sport and our legal contract if the juxtaposition of that versus what he could expect a judge to say in a court of law, right? I mean, no contracts in fighting are worth a damn, right? No contract anywhere is worth a damn. It's only worth the guy's word that wrote it. And you're not going to put any faith in the guy, right? You're just not. So I'm telling you that because I do think they're going to get a rematch. I do think that that works. I do think that that sells. And I do think that that draws. But before we get there, what exactly is going on there with Fury? Right? Everybody gets beat eventually. Father Time, and he's undefeated and all of these nice things. But boy, Fury is dog tough. They say the power is the last thing to go. There's no truth to that. They say it. They are stupid. But there is first things to go. There is a rhythm. There is a timing. None of those are gone. And the absolute number one thing that will be gone, because it's the absolute byproduct, there is no way around it. Like when you give the algorithm, the one that gets spit out the back end as you're slowing down, you're not working hard, you no longer have the eye of the tiger, is your conditioning. But Fury and Francis turned out to be one of the most surprising sporting events in history and the most surprising sporting event of my lifetime. But when Tyson found himself in a difficult contest, he never folded. He stayed out there the entire time. And if you go look at the Usyk fight, that was an additional 6 minutes in total. And he stood out there the entire time. Fury did. And this is after being hurt 30 minutes in. 36 minutes in, he's still swinging. So I'm only sharing for you, like that eye of the tiger is still there. Those athletic skills are still there. The first thing to go is your conditioning. The first visible thing to go is your conditioning. And it went because of the other things. They're already gone. That will be the test. And he's still passing it. He's still looking good. He could beat Usyk. I think he did beat Usyk. But Usyk can beat him as well. And Usyk deserves his credit, and I don't want to take away from it. And the kid giving me the feed that I'm getting through on TikTok said that he went down in the 10th round. I don't think that kid's right. I don't know. I don't think that Fury went down. Now, when you look at this and you look to move ahead, there is a big question of, am I right that that's the one that brings in the money? Is that the box office? Because there's an insertion somewhere of Anthony Joshua, who is a very popular guy and who gets to ride a real momentum due to the Francis fight. Even though nobody watched it, that momentum is still there, even just when you hear and read about it. But if you could not insert one of those two, and Francis Ngannou claims that he's getting a rematch with Fury, win, lose, or draw against Usyk. That's Fury versus Usyk. Oh, and Francis, by the way, versus Joshua. According to Francis, before those fights, regardless of outcome, he and Fury are going to fight again. If there ever was a time that you would put Francis and Fury, and I'm not sure that there is, but I'm sharing for you, if there ever is a time, it'd be right now. It'd be when Fury is coming off of a loss. Go out there, you have those two guys do whatever it is they're going to do, and then you would bring Fury back in for the Usyk fight, at least in theory, right? Boxing matchmaking can be tough. But Fury did make a comment. And he did say that a decision wasn't going to go to his way, and he brought in geopolitical reasons. And a lot of people are upset with Fury, but it's the same thing I said 31 days ago. I was right when I said it, and Fury's right now.